All right, so normally we'd have Executive Protection Agent Byron Rodgers call in and talk to us about some cool stuff, but I guess he's not on the line.
But that's okay. We're going to talk about another great partner.
There you go.
National Concealed Carry Association. We are so proud to partner with them. They are a 10-ring partner of ours, and NCCA exists to serve the Second Amendment community by providing a nationwide network of 2A advocates, offer elite self-defense and concealed carry training from the nation's top instructors, and provide rock-bottom prices on the best selection of gear and accessories. Join them today. Members get great prices and free shipping. So you can learn a whole lot more. Just go to National Concealed Carry Association.com.
What'd you guys think of Steve Tarani? What'd you think of that, the soft skills interview?
I thought it was very interesting, and I think it touched a lot of people. I mean, I got quite a few texts, people asking them, where can you find out about it? And it's interesting who has those skills and who doesn't have those skills.
Yeah.
Be interesting to have him on, and because I'm sure he can tell us the makeup of the person. I mean, is it somebody that's had military? Is it somebody that's had a job where it was trained?
I got to tell you, it sounds less like military skills. It sounds more like sales skills. I'll bet you.
That's a good point.
I'll bet you that the typical sales guy is going to have better soft skills than the typical military guy.
Well, I told you about the guy at the car dealership. He was single, and he always had a boat and vacation locations on the back of his credenza. When a young lady came in, and then as soon as the family came in, he had a picture of his wife, his 2 kids, and his dog, which he wasn't married, but that was his soft skill approach, to soften things up.
Yeah,
is that what they call that? That's soft skills.
I think that would be considered a soft skill.
I used to get asked a lot, especially when I was in finance and banking and that kind of stuff. Back when I was working for banks and investment firms, I would get asked a lot, by friends of mine, their kids or whatever, what should I major in, to get into this industry? Should I major in economics or finance or whatever? And I told them, find some kind of marketing. Figure out how to, talk to people, how to sell, how to that sort of thing.
Yep.
So valuable. I think there are a lot of there's a lot of industries, there's a lot of jobs where your interpersonal skills are far more important than anything else.
I love it when I tell somebody, you really ought to be in sales. They say, I can't sell. I says, you've been selling since you were a baby. When you wanted that first toy, when you could just barely walk, you sold your parents into getting you.
There you go. So good news. We have Executive Protection Agent, video blogger, published author, and veteran Byron Rodgers on the line. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good. Welcome to the show. So how did you get into executive protection, Byron?
Really kind of the grace of God, right time, right place, right relationships. I was bouncing at a bar in Orange County, and I ran into a guy who was part of probably the biggest traveling detail in Southern California in the United States. And this is probably the reason I focus so much on relationships when I teach other professionals on how to kind of build their careers. It was all just right time, right place, right relationships. He said, go and get these permits, give me a call back in 2 weeks, and I'll show you how to make a lot more money doing what you're doing, which is security, and that's exactly what happened. We hit 60 countries that first year. It was out of this world.
And so what is Protector Nation? Tell us about that.
Protector Nation is, so my mission, really, kind of my life's purpose, is to multiply protectors in the world. I look at protectors as kind of the white blood cells in humanity. And I've been a protector my whole life with, the Marine Corps, going to Iraq with the infantry with 3-1, and then into being a professional protector. And so through Protector Nation, I look to equip, civilians, first responders, military folks with, skills to help them really get better at the art of protection. So we bring in some of the best in the world. I mean, we've got, well over a dozen, almost 2 dozen of the, really elite instructors. And we create training events both in person and online for, anybody to learn how to protect what matters most. So whether it's, a single mom or it's a guy who's getting ready to lace up his shoes and get on the beat and do police work, we bring skills to the table that'll keep them safe and help them protect people.
So I'm looking at a couple of pictures from your website. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10".
5'11" with my church shoes on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You
About
look
230 pounds.
You look enormous. You look like you're in fantastic shape.
Awesome. No, thank you. That's good.
So my question on that is, how if someone out there listening is not quite as intimidating and big as you are. They weren't
Right.
a bouncer, and they're thinking, well, gee, I don't know what I can do. Like I can never compete. What advice do you have? Just a normal sized person or maybe even an undersized person. What would you say about like, hey, you can do it. Here's how. Like, how would you explain that to them?
To get into executive protection or just to be a protector and which way do you want me to go with it?
I guess if they were going to come to you to learn these skills, maybe not even to be a professional, but just to take better care of themselves, but they thought it wasn't an option because they weren't, an enormous tough guy like you and me. What would you say to them?
That. And really, the answer is twofold. And on the professional side, being big and scary is not a requirement for the job. A lot of times, people want folks that can blend in to protect them. So it's something that's really popular. So everyone can get involved as a professional protector. Now, with the reality of protection as it pertains to every person's life, I believe protection is the one skill or competency that allows us to enjoy everything that it is that we love. So I would say, I would say that personal protection starts with the person. Self-defense is all about the self. So understanding how to, and this is what I do for the 1% of the 1%, is I help them live a safer pattern of life. So understanding how to live a safer pattern of life, understanding how to recognize, behavioral profiling is something we talk about a lot at Protector Nation. Understanding situational awareness, but people always say situational awareness, going deeper into it. So, understanding context, understanding tactical positioning, and understanding how to run a rolling risk assessment of your environment. There are so many soft skills that will help you avoid 90% of things that can happen. And the hard skills are for that 10% you hope you never have to use. And if you do have to use them, having the training to help you understand when you have to bring in a force multiplier, any type of hardware, to even the playing field has everything to do with you knowing what you're capable of. And there's so many case studies, I do in social media, tactical protection reviews, it's a bunch of free content about people protecting themselves in real world combative situations, where you'll see, the elderly protecting themselves, women, people that are less physically potent, effectively protecting themselves because they understand these ABCs of fundamentals of real protection.
It's funny. We actually interviewed. This was not planned. We planned the interview, but we didn't. It's a coincidence that we're both folks that we're interviewing today talk about soft skills. We just interviewed Steve Tarani about soft skills and had a whole conversation. It was really, really interesting. So you have the benefit of the audience knowing what you mean by soft skills because we just talked about it a couple of segments ago. So what's your advice if you were going to tell somebody, hey, you know what? Here's something you should know about soft skills, or here's something you can use right now regarding soft skills. What would you say?
I would go right back to my ABCs of protection: context, tactical positioning, rolling risk assessment. These are three things you should always be considering when you're moving around the world. Context, understanding transitional spaces. Attacks happen when you're not in a safe place, i.e. inside your place of business sometimes, or i.e. at your house when you're going from one safe place to another location, macro and micro. That's from your car to your front door. That's from your trip from LA to New York. So understanding context, where you're going, what time, like what kind of threat level should I be at relative to where I'm going, and actually doing something about that ahead of time, and maybe coming up with a plan or keeping your eyes open because of that ahead of time. And then going into, tactical positioning. Where have I placed myself physically in an environment? Does it give me visual mastery so I can see what's going on? A visual edge? Does it give me an edge with regards to escape and evasion? Or does it give me an edge to fight? Or there's things in that environment I can utilize if I am forced into to have to use physical force, right? So understanding, context, tactical positioning, and then getting into a rolling risk assessment. What is the risk of me being here relative to my actions? Am I exposing myself and the other people's actions in my environment? And just overall, what's going on? And if you're managing those three, that's how I break situational awareness up. And I do it that way because people just say situational awareness like it's just a fix-all, or like they say mindset, like it's a fix-all.
Right.
Without getting granular with it, it's really not a very valuable explanation for how you can use soft skills to protect yourself. So that would be my just 2-second,
that was very well put. That was excellent. You maybe sum it up by saying, "Be nice until it's ready to do some throat rips." Is that...
Hey, my man, the General Mattis said it best. Be kind, be courteous, but have a plan. The rest.
To kill everyone in the room. Yeah. Hey, so
everyone you meet.
There you go. What do you want the gun owners community to know about you and your training and what you do?
Absolutely. I love the hardware. I love the hard skills. Obviously, I'm a combat Marine. But what I really want to make sure that gun owners consider is just because you have a gun doesn't mean you're safe. I posted lots of videos with guys and gals with guns, and the reality is they were just carrying a gun for someone else. If you have a weapon on you, it means a lot of things, but one thing it can definitely mean is that if you get into a physical altercation, it's a life-threatening one instantly, just because you have a weapon on you. So do not make the mistake of just focusing on your hardware, even though these things are sexy. I love my gun, but I'd say what we say at the league at my executive protection school: rookies spend money on hardware, professionals spend money on software, because ultimately your ability to solve higher quality problems while you utilize your firearm is really what's going to give you the edge in a lot of cases.
Awesome.
All right. Great having you on the show, my friend.
Man, it's an honor. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.